Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, and Lady Sakura. So we're here at the Iron Misery Company funging station. Right, we're going to take some tea with the factor. The poor fellow needs the company, and he can spare an hour from his schedule. An interlude. You sit on the veranda of the factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle, expanse of green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the Gant Pole, where monsters swarm, about the seduction of the principals of coral, the infestation at Fairhaven. He also has a load of belugas frond carted aboard your ship. He waves away your thanks. I've eaten so much of this stuff. I fear that I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidentially towards you. It happens, you know. Bonus have to eat rather a lot of its first. So we lose 2 terror. We gain 1 supply. Again, good things. There is a shop there, but kind of bit of price gouging going on there, really. Well, you would expect that with Iron Misery. Right, so let's not hit that rock. That's probably a good navigational decision there. We can maybe stay closer though. It might give us some relief in this fog bank. Yeah, a little bit. We're still gonna have our terror climbing though. Moody's light is gonna help us out a bit as well. Not for as long as we would like, but be maybe 1 tick. That'll be slowed down a bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're not too far away from the next port. Little ships throng the waters here. The crew grow wistful. They swap old stories of Sunless Sea. We draw near the Cumian Canal, the way to the surface. Zubats cry out. They are nothing like birds. They certainly are not. We know as well there's a jelly floor that hangs around this general area. Sometimes a little bit to the north, sometimes a little bit to the south. So we may see it when we leave. It's been a while since we've been here as well, I think. Because we generally we go north rather than south on our voyages, and then if we do come south, we generally try to cut back to London quickly because we get ourselves in a lot of trouble. Here we're in a lot of trouble as well, but we should be okay getting home. Right, let's see what we've got. We could give ourselves the light of the sun. Don't think so. Okay, so let's gather information for a port report first. Many ships pass this way, but perhaps you'll pick up something they've missed. Business as usual. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe at all, in all the undersea, it's here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. Okay, and then let's listen for surface gossip. The ships of the surface linger here. This is their lifeline to a warmer place. A sorry end. Card game ends badly when one surface sailor knifes another for all the usual reasons. The other players scramble for the coins that spill from her pockets. But you snatch up a scrap of paper they overlook. Curious markings, dates, times, code names. Spies work? Okay, we get 1 move in the great game. We definitely won't do that. Shops wise, we're not going to do that either. So we're just going to leave and be on our way. Right, so we've got Mutton Island, which we will at least visit, even though we're not going to be able to dock there. We may as well take the chance of trying to get some kind of report from there. And then we shall head back to London. I think then maybe the only place we haven't called that would be Hunter's Keep. There might be one of the submarine ones as well that we didn't fulfill the requirements to visit, but it's been a long voyage. We've been to many places. Definitely don't want like a megalops or something doing for us. That's a ghost ship. We're gonna run straight through it. Oh, we didn't. Okay. What? What the? Why can't we shoot it then? Ah, there we go. It's some kind of bug thing then. Okay, let's leave it there. See you later, buddy. Okay, so over in this direction. Oh, okay. Pale visitors, the cry goes up. Drownies in the water. The pale face of the drowned dead bob up like lamps. They're singing. Drown out their song with the roar of the engines. It costs us 1 fuel. It's definitely worth doing. Drownies are drawn to fear like pickpockets to crowds. Stoke the engines as hot as they'll go. It will use fuel and may damage the ship, but you'll drown out their wretched song. Well, hopefully not too much damage. 2 hull damage. Okay. Steel and fire. Your engines thunder. The drownies circle. But the poisonous sweetness of their song is almost lost in the din. At last, they tire and sink below, wavering as they go. Okay. Right, we're kind of pretty much on the right course now. We've definitely gotten home with less hull, less crew, more terror, and then less in the way of fuel and supplies, but still, this was a hairy voyage all the same. Right, so let's see what we can do here in Quaker's Haven. We won't attempt to dock. Let's see, you need Island Refugee Crisis no more than 2, but we have 3. Right, let's try our port report. Lower the lifeboat and row to one of the less slippery, less sheer cliffs. Pray you don't get caught. Any movements, you scale the cliff and crouch in the mud. Through a spyglass you observe the soldiers' movements. A contingent approaches the charred remains of the Cock and Magpie, escorting ragged islanders. A woman in feathered epaulets sits at a table within, smiling at sea charts and scowling at the crees stamped by the leopard clan. Once inside, the islanders fall to their knees before her, their proud faces strain as they address her. Okay, thank you. There's obviously going to be no shops. And now it's just back to London. We'll probably have to deal with that megalops as we go around, but it shouldn't be too difficult, even with 29 hull. I think a couple of shots from our gun should definitely take care of it if we need to. We may just slip by it in the fog. It's up here somewhere, or maybe it went east. Yeah, because it wouldn't normally hang around here, right beside London. Almost home. So we've made it, but it's been tough. Okay, let's dock. A visit to the bazaar. Oh, interesting. She's down the gangplank as soon as she's docked. I need to talk to Penstock, she says. The land agent. The one at the bazaar. She hesitates. She bites her lip. Will you come with me? Of course we'll go with you. Go with her. Penstock's land agency. A modest office in an immodest location. Hard against the eastern flank of the bazaar. That spired fortress of commerce that towers over London. You've met Penstock before. He gives you a warm smile, then turns his attention to the daughter. The Sundered Sea. There's another sea beneath the bazaar, Penstock declares. A paler sea, yes. I'd imagine you might make the bargain your mother made. Yes, I helped her go down there, but she took a terrible chance even then. Though the bazaar is healthier than she has been, it might be safer. He smiles at you, a little safer. He turns back to the daughter. Are you certain? Okay. The daughter follows Penstock back into the shop, to a redly lit grotto, hollowed from the bazaar's carapace. A heavily chained cage lift awaits you there. It must descend into the most secret spaces of the bazaar. Penstock's wicked, she says. He has an understanding with the bazaar. He let my mother pass through, long ago, to make her bargain. Now I will follow. Is that really such a terribly good idea? Let's let her go down. I want to match my mother, she says reasonably. I want to learn the great signs. The courier, the bazaar, is the only one who will teach me. I have to go. An assent. The cage rises, rattling, into view. Your officer is shivering, caked with lumps of something like ivory-coloured snow, but grinning brilliantly. The Sundered Sea, she cries. The bazaar! Oh! He's so much more than any bazaar. My mother. I have back what she took from me. She taps you playfully on the shoulder as you haul back the lift door. Thank you. Here's a little present I picked up on the shore. Did you get what you wanted? Oh yes, and so much more. I have one more tattoo now, but it's one that no one ever will see. Okay, so she passed through the wicket, has achieved an understanding with the bazaar. You no longer have any of this, maybe's daughter, okay. You have one of this, maybe's rival. You gained one outlandish artifact. Not great. One outlandish artifact. Okay. Ooh, hey there, guys. An inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the Customs Service to admit the existence of. The Ministry are here looking for those. Okay. Nothing to hide. You shrug and invite them to search your ship as thoroughly as they would like. Oh, okay. It's only menace suspicion. Okay, that's fine. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than mouldy ship's biscuit. Okay, good. A breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily. But what dreams may cling? Okay, and coming home. Terror's always used to 50. We now have 2 menace. We have to be careful of that. Okay. Let's collect our messages. Right. And then let's go with the trinkets. Deliver the trinkets to the waiting man. Still a firmly sealed crate of what are absolutely not sour spider eggs. Well, that's a relief. Or maybe you just got lucky. Either way, they made it. So did you. Someone else's problem now. What was the address on the crate? Somerset College. On second thoughts, it hardly matters. Okay, then let's go to London. Let's deliver the claymen. One by one they rise uncomplainingly, with no trace of stiffness or discomfort from the long voyage. The deck resounds beneath their heavy tread. A shroom-yard manager waits on dock, tapping her foot. About time, she says. Here's your payment. Come along now, you. That's a good construct. Okay, obviously reduced because we didn't have as many as we did before. Now let's go to the Admiralty, I think. Where is it? There we go. Okay. So let's pass on the strategic information. The Admiral sits up, although he steeples his fingers and pretends calm. Invisible eyes. He's hard to read with those glasses, but he reads the summary intently. Satisfactory, he says at last. Eminently satisfactory, actually. Good work. Take this for your trouble. The clerk will see you paid. Okay, so we get some money for that. Now, next, we have more strategic information, so yeah, let's pass it on. And same thing again there, and more. Okay, so that's all of it. I could submit the vital intelligence, but I want to keep that for the moment. Revelatory chart, yeah, let's submit that. He scrutinized the charts minutely through a lens. He doesn't, you notice, remove the dark spectacles. It passes muster, he remarks. The usual fee applies. Okay. Let's give in our port reports. Support Cecil. Godfall. Brenderbite. Wither. How are we going to do with Shepherd's Isle? Okay, we failed, but we still got some fuel. Nuncio. Abbey Rock. Kimi Canal. Big Moat. Chapel of Lights. Abbott Horizon. Can's Heart. The Other's Room. Mangrove College. Isle of Cats. Polythrene. Visage. Emperor of Hands. Port Cornelian. Frostfound. Wow, we have gone to a lot of places, right? Aestival. Shellnate. Codex. Phantom King's Hold. The Grand Geode. Kant's Shadow. Wisdom. Marcas. Idim. Adam's Way. King Eater's Castle, even. Salt Lines. Quicker's Haven. Rosegate. Igel. Hideaway. The Gampole. Low Barnet. Anth. The Undercrow. Scrimshander. There we go, that's them all. Wow, that was a lot. Okay. And I think that's where we're going to leave that one. So hope you've enjoyed, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.